Yeah, and I went back and looked at the numbers. Last year, they did skew toward the pass more than the run, and his touches per game were down. He went from a career high of 22.2 carries per game and 24.4 touches per game in 2020 down to 15.5 carries last year and 17.8 touches. So with Kevin O'Connell there, they were moving toward the passing game. And at some point, as you're seeing that happen, if you're Dalvin Cook, you're saying, well, there's no way in hell they're going to pay me $10 million next year if this is the way the wind is blowing. If this is becoming a pass-first team, they don't need me at $10 million per year. So when he's already thinking that, when they re-sign Alexander Mattison for like $3.5–4 million per year, he knew it was over at that point. If he didn't already know it 100%, when they pay Alexander Mattison a bargain basement amount relative to high-end veteran tailbacks, that's when the $10 million is going to get ripped up at some point for Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, I'm sure. Hey, listen, Dalvin Cook, he seems to have a pretty good feel for this league and how it works, and he's pretty smart when it comes that way. I'm sure he saw the writing on the wall, let alone, I think we both know, and I've heard from people around the NFL, that I think there was some discontent or disgruntled Vikings, people in the organization that he didn't handle his shoulder situation 2 years ago better and all of that. So I'm sure there was enough signals there that he realized it. And yes, they definitely swayed towards the passing game and all that. I think this is what's encouraging to me, Mike, when I hear those comments and, hearing them saying is always different than reading them. It's just like the thing I'm encouraged is he still wants to be the bell cow. He still wants to be, he's not looking to go like, oh, let me go somewhere and like spread out the carries. He wants the ball. He still wants to be the main guy like we were talking about and do 20, 22 carries, 25 carries a game. And I think that's encouraging. I mean, we know he's still got some juice left in the tank. That is for sure. He might not be what he was 3 or 4 years ago, but damn, he's still good and dangerous and can go to the house from anywhere like we've talked about.
And see, he was asked that next question by Rich Eisen. What is the right system for you if you're looking for a system different than Minnesota? And he meandered a little bit because I don't think he wants to burn any bridges. He doesn't want to foreclose any potential opportunities. He wants to go to a place where he can help them win and also run the ball. But I look, this is part of the reality of being an older running back. And I think this is the positive side of teams going with a committee approach, especially if you're older and you've got some wear and tear. It's better to extend your career. Like, if I can make $8 million for one more year and go get thrown into the meat grinder, go through the car crashes every week and have nothing left on the back end, isn't it better to make $3 or $4 million for 3 years or 4 years playing a complimentary role and not getting the crap beat out of me every week and having fewer touches, having fewer injuries, having a longer overall career in the NFL, even if I'm not being paid as much right now? It's all a question of how bright you want that candle to burn.
Yeah.
Do you want it to just flash or do you want it to simmer? And I think that, and that's been a reality. Now, I remember asking free agents and incoming draft picks, like how, as at running back, what would you rather do? Do you want to be that guy that gets the ball 25 times a game? Or would you rather split it up knowing you could play a lot longer if you're never the guy that has just had the crap beat out of you week in and week out?
Yeah, it's a tough one. It is. You're right. I mean, yeah, you want to be the guy and be the man, and yeah, then that candle will burn out a little quicker. But, of course, that's the chance you have maybe to make it that huge payday. Your other way around, you're talking to right. You got a chance to be, hang around the league a little bit more and collect some lower paid checks a little more consistently. But there's risk in that too, as we know, because there's times where, hey, it's only $3.5 or $4 million, but it's year 10 and he's a running back, and okay, let's just get the younger guy in there too. So there's risks either way. It's a tough one. I will say this. I mean, yeah, I don't know if you want to go somewhere and be 25 carries a game. Dalvin Cook, when I look at it, a situation like the Miami Dolphins would be perfect, right? Where they do have some other running backs, but he'll clearly be the guy. They're going to play a style of football that's not going to be, let's get 3 tight ends in here and we're all going to play in the box and just run downhill old school, right? They're not going to play that. It's going to be a wide open game that fits him. Oh, Tyreek Waddle. Oh, Tyreek Waddle. Oh, there's this. And then, oh, here's up the middle. They're worried about all the screens and the pass plays. Now you got this room, Dalvin Cook. That's the type of situation where I look at him to be the most dangerous and could extend his career because of maybe less people in the box and less car crashes, like we always say.
And look, I think the other reality here is that given the position that he plays, time is on his side.
It is. That's right.
Because injuries are going to happen.
Yep.
Especially at the running back position. And all it takes is one team that thinks it has its guy, and that guy suffers any injury that puts him out for an extended period of time. All of a sudden, there's an opportunity for Dalvin Cook that wasn't there before. And if it's a team that's a contender, gets a little desperate, think back to what happened in Minnesota the year before Cook arrived, 2016. Teddy Bridgewater's knee implodes, late August. They got desperate to find a replacement. They gave it 1 and a 4 to get Sam Bradford because they had no choice. You get a team that's feeling pretty good about itself, and they've got, one running back, big name starter, and then all of a sudden he's gone. That's when the money may be there for Dalvin Cook.
I think that's right.
At this point, it makes sense to wait because this is how you use the fact that running back position is injury prone to your advantage. You wait for someone to get injured. It's one thing to wait for a quarterback to get injured because when's that going to happen? They got the red jersey on and they're not playing in the preseason anyway. The starters aren't at least on the smart teams they're not. Quarterback, not going to get injured most likely. Running back, going to get injured. Opportunity may arise for Dalvin Cook, Chris.
Yeah, exactly right. Time is on his side. I'm glad you brought it up because that's where I kind of wanted to go with it. You don't have to make a quick decision and be hasty here. Running back, first off, is probably the easiest position to change teams or systems in all of football. Once you learn, hey, wait, they call this hole the 4 hole, this one the 5 hole, you learn a little nuances in the pass protection. A lot of things are similar for the running back in that world. So he doesn't need to be like, oh, no, I need to get somewhere and figure out the offense. And like you're saying, too, use it to your advantage. I could think of 2 situations right off the bat here where it could go a little crazy or hairy, and Dalvin Cook could end up getting, what he wants here or a situation. What if, hey, let's look at the Dallas Cowboys. What are the Dallas Cowboys?
Don't name names. Don't jinx. Don't put the Malocchio on anyone.
Well, no.
I've tried to avoid mentioning names.
All right. Well, this guy's already got a little issue. But what if you're the Dallas Cowboys? They're looking at themselves going, they're in the Super Bowl window. They get here mid-August, late August. Tony Pollard ain't going to be ready. It just doesn't look good. He's not going to be ready for maybe an extended period into the regular season before he's 100%. They could come in swooping in and go, hey, we need you. We need a guy. You got to come in here. They got a little money in the salary cap right now. The Broncos, what if Javonte Williams doesn't quite look the same after coming back from his knee injury? And Sean Payton goes, damn, I know we got Samaje Perine, but he's kind of for third down. We don't have a guy here, blah, blah, blah. All right, give Dalvin Cook the extra $2 or $3 million a year. It's all right. Hell, we need him. So that's the things he can use into his advantage, let alone if something, unforeseen happens like you explained.
And the other thing I'll say, since it does not involve an injury, if and when the Raiders throw their hands in the air and rescind the tender from Josh Jacobs,
right?
That's an opportunity for Dalvin Cook that currently isn't on the radar screen because it needs somebody to run between the tackles, and Dalvin Cook has shown over the years that he can do just that. One last clip from Dalvin Cook's appearance yesterday with Rich Eisen. Here is Cook talking about the Zoom call that happened on Saturday night, the culmination of a group text chain that started last week at the behest of Derrick Henry. Here's what Cook had to say about when they all got together on Saturday night.
What were the solutions out there to?
That's what we're trying to get to right now, and I don't think we came up to that equation yet. I don't think we trying to figure out where we can go without hurting anybody's pockets. We trying to get to a point where, we don't want to. We obviously want to play football and we want to help somebody win, but we don't want to. Everybody got their family to take care of, and real things to do in real life. And I know, we don't want to take from nobody's pocket, as far as not being out there on the field. But we got to come up with something. I think that's what the guys still trying to come up with because we active every day in that chat, every day.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.